My heart is racing in the chest that I despise, and like a bird shot down in mid-flight, I curl my wings about me to shield me from the blows. Guess I'll just grab my groceries and go. I would liken how I feel to living in a different universe, and therefore I am utterly alone. So brand me, box me, stamp me as a lady, when really I am just a little boy.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of David's Divergent Discussions. I am your host, David Gray Hammond, and today I'm here with Amity to talk about being a neurodivergent musician. Hello, Amity.
Hello.
So, we always start with audio descriptions. So, I'm David. I am a mid-30s, white, male-presenting Mediterranean person. I'm wearing thick-rimmed purple glasses, and I have a lip piercing, a beard, a shaved head, and an ear tunnel sat next to the famously rickety bookcase. I swear these days I will anchor it to the wall. I'm just giving a quick description of yourself for people who need it.
Sure. My name is Amity. I am a child, so I'm a 16-year-old singer-songwriter. I have mostly brown hair, but some of it's blue and purple at the end, and it's curly. And what else do I say about myself?
I think that's fine. That's
Okay.
fine. So we're going to talk about being a neurodivergent musician because you are a young singer-songwriter. Correct me if I'm wrong. You've actually won some awards, haven't you?
Maybe.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about the awards you've won?
So I started out basically just doing open mics, and I managed to win a few open mic competitions. And I've also I was a finalist in the Undiscovered Talent UK competition. And also I think one of my songs got through to the semi-finals of an international songwriting competition. I can't remember the name. I think it was UKSC, which is the United Kingdom Songwriting Contest, I think, competition. And
Fantastic.
I was also in the top 30 young singer-songwriters in the SES competition. And I've also gotten through to the finals of the Future Makers competition at the Royal Albert Hall. So,
Well, that's really good. That's really big, and I think because I'm going to ask you in a second about your journey into becoming a musician and doing this, on a professional basis. I hope someone's paying you. They should. Um, I was actually there at the Autistic Pride event. I think was it a year or so ago. I think that might have been your first performance, was it not?
that was my first proper performance. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was actually there. And it was really good. And I was there this year as well because I was one of the speakers. And you really are a very talented singer-songwriter. So I've been really looking forward to this episode. Tell us a little bit more about your journey into becoming a musician. Is music something you always wanted to do, or was it something you sort of came into by accident? Or
Well, it's a bit of a weird story, actually. I've always grown up in a musical family. I've always been surrounded by music, but the thing that I had my heart set on my entire life was actually science. And I spent my life dedicating myself to academics. And then when I was 9, I started writing songs. And I remember the first time I wrote a song. It's quite a funny story. I was at a restaurant. I was travel sick. I was bored. and the adults were talking about adult things, and I was bored. And so I wrote my first song on the back of a napkin with a crayon. And then I sang it to everyone at the table, because when I'm really in the zone for my songwriting, I actually get the tune at the same time as the lyrics. So each lyric has a tune to me. And I sang it to everyone at the table, and they would just looked at me like, "So how did you just do that?" And I had no idea. And then as I got older, and as more changes started happening in my life, like the lockdown, I found myself less and less able to cope with the stress of academics, with even stepping into a classroom. And I just found myself so deacclimatized to everything that I couldn't cope with any of it. And I started not being able to attend my lessons. But during lockdown, I started writing more and more songs to help me cope with it, because it started out as just an emotional outlet for me. And then I found that, because I started doing open mics, and I found that even though I couldn't step foot into a classroom, I could somehow get up in front of a packed pub audience and sing my heart out. And it was then that my family and I, we kind of realized that, hang on a second, this is actually something that's helping me to be able to do things that I would never have thought I'd be able to do. And then, of course, the thing that kicked all this off, of course, was the event that you mentioned about a year ago. It started everything. I found my passion for performing, and I just kept going from there.
That's really fantastic, and I think that's one of the nice things about being neurodivergent, is that, you know, when we have these passions and interests, it's not just like a hobby for us. It's a fundamental part of life. You know, it's something we can connect with and engage with the world through. And it's funny because I also I had my heart set on being a scientist. I even did a degree in forensic science, and I ended up a writer. So, yeah, I started off in the science and landed firmly in the arts. So, yeah, it's funny that I think a lot of neurodivergent people are probably drawn to the sciences, especially at first, because it's, you know, you've got those very logical explanations and rules, but we have that creativity that, you know, a lot of people don't realize that neurodivergent people do really well in the arts, because that outside of the box thinking isn't just good for scientific discoveries, it's good for artwork as well. You know, we come up with something new and unique. And that's something that I enjoyed about the music of yours that I've heard, is it's unique. It tells a story about you, and I think that's really powerful. And I quite like the song Plasticine, which is what the clip was at the beginning of this video. It's a very good song, and it's got a lot of heartfelt emotion in it, and it really does convey a very good message, I think. But I think whilst we're talking about your music, I think we've got some of your songs here to share. I will warn people, we've been having some issues with the technology. It was supposed to upload to Restream, and according to this, it is still uploading, so it won't let me play it from my end. So I think what we're going to try and do is have Amity share the videos of their music from his end, and hopefully that will work. So do you think perhaps we could try and share one of those songs now? And if so, could you let us know which one we're about to listen to?
Of course. I'm probably going to play Plasticine, since that seemed to be the one you're most keen for, and also it's a good little segue into that. So
Okay, brilliant. Well, whilst we do that, I'm going to turn off my camera and microphone so that nothing distracts.
My heart is racing in the chest that I despise, and like a bird shot down in mid-flight, I curl my wings about me to shield me from the blows. Guess I'll just grab my groceries and go. I would liken how I feel to living in a different universe, and never I am utterly alone. So brand me, box me, stamp me as a lady when really I am just a little boy. I'm trying my best to meet the norms of society, molds us to meet like plasticine toys. I try to lower my voice, wear the right clothes, walk with a strut so that nobody knows I was born in the wrong body. I will never be a lady. So hold me like a misshapen balloon. The onslaught continues, a violent typhoon. Derail my train of thought and misunderstand, but you will never define who I truly am. I would like it how I feel to living in a different universe. Never I am utterly alone. So brand me, box me, stand me as a lady when really I am just a little boy. I'm trying my best to meet the norms of society, molds us to meet like plasticine toys. I try to lower my voice, wear the right clothes, walk with a strut so that nobody knows I was born in the wrong body. I will never be a lady. Each time it happens, I'm faced with a choice. Do I leave it alone? Do I use my voice? Do I let it pierce me or decide to endure? It's the hostility of those too immature. Or break the cascade of self-hate, take the bait, watch the guilt rise in them while I start to shake just because I explore. Do I take no? Gather my things and just go home. Do I stay inside and never leave my bed? 'Cause all these little things accumulate in my head. The excuses, defenses, the bigotry. I'm just a child and I just wanna be free. I would like it how I feel to living in a different universe. Never I am utterly alone. So brand me, box me, stand me as a lady when really I'm just a little boy. I'm trying my best to meet the norms of society, molds us to meet like plasticine toys. I try to lower my voice, wear the right clothes, walk with a strut so that nobody knows I was born in the wrong body. I will never be a lady.
I really like that one. That's a good one. Yeah,
Thank you.
as I said earlier, you're a very talented singer-songwriter, and I definitely hope to read one day that you've won like a Grammy or something, you know, because I think it's just it's very it's rare that I listen to new music and go, that's really good, because I can be a bit of a music snob at times, but that was really good music.
Thank you. You
Um,
want to know what that song's
but
about?
you could please do tell us what the song's about.
So that was Plasticine, and I wrote that one because so basically it's inspired by a poem. It's called Misgendered by Keith Silver, and I basically used it to find the words for the thing that I've been experiencing and struggling with for a long time, which was gender dysphoria. I'm a trans boy. I would say a trans man, but I'm a child. And it really helped me find the words to put what I was feeling into a song. And I was able to talk about the struggles of being transgender, and I found that really important, and it's really close to my heart because of that. So yeah.
Fantastic. And people in the comments are really enjoying your music as well. Maggie Wolfendale says love it with lots of claps.
Thank you so much,
yeah.
Maggie.
Whilst we're on the topic of things that influence your songs, is there sort of any other influences, like other artists or poets or topics? What sort of things do you tend to draw into your music?
I tend to just write about whatever I find is important, and it's often things that I feel don't get spoken about enough, or in fact things that just aren't spoken about and need to be spoken about. So I tend to write about a lot of topics that you might not hear about in songs very often.
Okay, yeah, I think that's what is. There's become somewhat of I find in especially the more popular music, it all tends to be along the same lines. That people say an autistic person with same foods, we just keep going back to it. But the problem is with music, I find sometimes it's good to be a bit experimental and talk about things that other people aren't. And I think that's what I really like about plasticine is it's not a song topic that I have heard a million times before. It's something fresh, it's something new, and it's very clear to me that it comes from a neurodivergent mind, but it is outside of the box. I think that's really, really important that we have these conversations in multiple formats because, for example, I talk a lot about autistic people and addiction. I have written music about it. People have never found it because I don't advertise it. But if people are interested, it's out there under Lonesome Valley. It's on YouTube and stuff. But you have to. I think, for example, I do a lot of blogging when I talk about autism and addiction. But not everyone engages well with blogs, and I think music is a really good way to reach people with these topics. And I think that's really, really special, the way music can reach people, I think.
That's another reason that I write. I write because I want to help people, because I know that within these topics that don't get spoken about, there's things that people actually need to know about, because if they find themselves in a bad situation and they don't realize it, the first step to getting out of that situation is to realize it. And I found that the media I consumed helped me realize the bad situations I was in, and it helped me escape them. And I also write to empower people, to help them find the strength within themselves, because it exists and all they need to do is find it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Joy Wilkins says that you are an incredible singer-songwriter. And Maggie Wolfendale has commented again. I said the old greats used to say, write about what matters to you, for you, and they'd say it works for you. So you're getting a lot of love in the comments.
Thank you so much, guys.
So yeah, seriously, you're getting some really good comments, people comparing you to Ed Sheeran and all sorts. So it makes me happy because I think more people need to hear your music. It's like the whole why I invited you on the podcast. It's just like I want lots of people to hear your music. Speaking of music, would you like to play another song for us? And in which case, which one?
Sure. I think I'll play City of Stars next, which is one of my personal favorites. It's about basically someone who seeks only to isolate and harm and control you, and the journey of self-liberation from that. So hope everybody enjoys.
I'll build you a city of stars, I swore. I pleaded for peace, yet I paid night, all woven with clay and a tower to keep me locked blindly away. 'Cause I was devoted to you, your explosive could tear this city down, and I'd fall from the clouds. The pavements will all glow with starlight, I dreamed, but now I know it was never meant to be. Tears pool in the rubble, my tower remains, and debris groans as it's consumed by the flames. 'Cause I was devoted to you, your explosive, you tore our city down. I fell from the clouds. What do you want from me? I'm giving everything, everything that I have. You promised me safety in towers and chains. Please just promise you won't come back. A city of stars lies in ruins, a faraway wreckage of all that I gave. An overgrown tower, your voice getting louder, but I will break free of your chains. 'Cause I was devoted and now I'm explosive. I'll tear your prison down. I'll find my way out. I built you a city of stars one night. Oh, I sowed the seeds and you set them alight. Your tower is gone now, but there in its place grows a flower to mark where you let me decay. 'Cause I was devoted to you, you're explosive, and I'm self-destructive, and you are corrosive, and I want to know all your thoughts and your motives for tearing cities down and leaving me to drown.
Again, another fantastic song, and I think you played that one at the AIM Autistic Pride event this year, didn't you? And
Yeah.
I heard that as well because I did lurk around in the background because I love listening to your music. And yeah, that's yet again another really powerful piece of music, and I just it's fantastic. So.
So much.
Where can people find your music at the moment if they want to hear it? Are you on YouTube or Spotify or anywhere like that?
So I'm on Instagram and YouTube, and I have a website. So my Instagram is Amity_sings. That's AMITY_SINGS. I've also got my YouTube, which is Amity Miller, so same spelling of Amity, and then MILLER. And then I've got amitymiller.com, which is my website, which is the same spelling for Amity Miller. And I've also got, when I do gigs, I hand out CDs, demo CDs. And if you sign up to my Patreon, then you can basically get like a free demo CD, but we'll like send you a link to a website page where you can find the tracks if you can't get a CD at the moment. And yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yeah. So where do you hope to take your music in the future? Do you have any plans for where you're going in the future? Anything that's coming up?
Yeah, so I've got I'm planning to record an album or an EP in the next 6 to 9 months. So hopefully that'll be out. And I've also got the Royal Albert Hall. I'm playing there on the 17th of October, which is exciting and terrifying. And I've got a bunch more gigs coming up, which you can find on my website, which is amitymiller.com, if you didn't quite catch that earlier. Yeah.
Yes, and Maggie Wolfendale in the comments is asking for links. Now, there is, if you go into the description of this video or the Facebook event, there should be a Linktree link, which I think links out to everything, doesn't it?
Yes.
So if you go into the description of this video or into the description of the Facebook event, you should be able to click that Linktree link and it will show you everything that's out there. And someone is asking you, Shelley Lindley is asking, please do Secret Party Festival next year. So there you go. You're getting requests already.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that'll be it'll be really exciting. I hope you manage to do some gigs down here in Brighton, because I will be there. I will be there if you do any down this way.
I actually do plan to come down to Brighton at some point and do gigs, so.
Okay, you're gonna let me know when, because I'll be there. I will move heaven and earth. Okay. Well, I think maybe we'll have one. Do you have one more song that you can share with us?
I do indeed. So I
Because
have.
I could do one more. Sorry, I was going to say we'll do one more song and then we'll probably be wrapping up the episode. But tell us a bit about this song if you'd like to.
So the song that I'm gonna put on next is called "Almost Home." This is the one that I'm gonna be playing at the Royal Albert Hall on the 17th of October, and it's about having someone that you really care about, but who's also really far away. So it's a bit of a bittersweet song, and it's about the pain of missing them, but also the hope that you're going to see them again. So, yeah.
Okay.
You are the air my lungs are seeking, and you are the autumn breeze leaving branches creaking. You are the water that soothes me. You are the moon on a summer evening. You taste of strawberries and starlight. And you are the one in my brain at midnight. You are a tropical sunset, and soon you'll be standing on my doorstep. The moon shall rise, quiet as a falling star. One more night, every dawn will last far apart. Each footstep marks another pace closer. One more breath, we're almost home. Can you feel it yet? You are the feeling of completeness, and you could not make me adore you any less. pieces on splinters. The moon shall rise, quiet as a falling star. One more night, every dawn we're less far apart. Each footstep marks another pace closer. One more breath, we're almost home. Can you feel it? Yeah. Life without you would be oh so dreary. And I will love you oh so dearly. So I'll be yours if you'll be mine. When you speak, I get shivers down my spine. An angel, oh darling, you must be an angel. I hope the fall wasn't too painful. Oh, give it time, your wound shall heal. And in the morning I'll be here. The moon shall rise, quiet as a falling star. One more night, every dawn will last far apart. Each footstep marks another pace closer. One more breath, we're almost home. Can you feel it? Yeah. We're almost home. Can you feel it? Yeah.
Yeah, another really great song. I really look forward to seeing your music get to more places. And someone on YouTube, Castle of Thoughts, commented when it comes up on screen, and they said, being familiar with a number of Amity songs, I hear a brilliant wordsmith with a songwriter's heart akin to a modern day Brian Wilson. And Maggie Wolfendale says that that song was beautiful. So, yeah, I think, you know, your music, it has such raw emotion in it that it reaches a lot of people on a level that perhaps, you know, uh, not all music hits the same, and yours definitely has that emotional element to it that really, I think, stirs something. And I think, especially for neurodivergent people, that's really important because you know, we tend to like those sorts of things, in my experience. But speaking of neurodivergence, before we wrap up, I was wondering if you were talking to another aspiring neurodivergent musician, especially a young aspiring musician, is there any advice that you'd give them?
I definitely advise them to just take every opportunity that's handed to you, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know who might be there. You never know what other opportunities might arise from it. There's so many different things that can happen, and the world is full of possibilities, so take them.
Fantastic. I think that's really good advice, and I look forward to being able to show your music to all my friends, and especially find it on Spotify one day, and other sort of streaming platforms, because I think it definitely needs to be there. And obviously, it will kind of be on Spotify now because my podcast is Spotify, but um, and yeah, no, it's been a really good episode. I've really enjoyed having you on and listening to your music. It's been fantastic. A reminder to everyone watching, you know, check out the link in the description of this video. You know, make sure that you check out all of Amity's stuff, his YouTube. You know, it's really important that more people hear this music, because you know we need as many neurodivergent people out there spreading their message as possible. And you know, I can sit in blogs in the world, I can do research, I can write books. It's not going to reach people in the same way that music reaches them. So thank you, Amity, for sharing such deep parts of yourself with us through your music.
Thank you so much. And thank you also to everyone who's watching, everyone who commented, everyone who showed support. Thank you all so much. It's been amazing coming on tonight. So thank you very much.
Okay, well, once again, this has been David's Divergent Discussions. It's been a fantastic episode, and we've been talking to Amity, who is a really talented young neurodivergent musician. Do make sure to check them out. Okay, and I will catch you all in the next episode, which I can't actually remember. I think the next episode is one on substance use with Jason Wade, although I could have got that in the wrong order. So if I have, I apologize. So take care, everyone, and I will catch you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Bye.